Hello, students. Today we will be discussing about the animal classification, which is a important topic in the first paper of BSc first year, lower known chordates of the first unit. The animal classification, the first slide, the tree is depicting the various phylum such as Protozoa, Porifera, Coelenterata, Platyhelminthes, Escalmenthes, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, Hemichordata, and finally the vertebrates or chordates. The classification of animals, the following aspects will be touched in this lecture. First, the historical background of classification, the different classification by different people or different zoologists, and last, the sequence of classification. The historical background, the taxonomy. The word taxonomy is derived from a Greek word taxis meaning arrangement, nomos meaning law. Taxonomy is the study of principles and procedures of classification. The term was proposed by A.P.D. Candolle in his book Theories Elementaire de la Botanica. The practical significance is the identification of unknown organisms. In taxonomy, 4 points are included. First, the identification. The identification of living organisms is included in this part. Nomenclature, in which we give the name to that particular living organisms. As you know, the various nomenclature techniques such as binomial nomenclature or trinomial nomenclature can be used. Third, the classification, in which the different living organisms are grouped into different phylums and different classes in order further on. And fourth, the affinities, which includes the study of interrelationship between living organisms. Systematics. It is a branch related with taxonomy. The word systematics is a Latinized Greek word systema meaning system and cos meaning body of fact. The term was proposed by Linnaeus, and the systematics includes the study of diversity of organisms and all their comparative and evolutionary relationship. It also includes description of external morphological characters. New systematics, biosystematics, or neosystematics. It is a new branch given by Julian Huxley in 1940. It includes description of all characters, the internal characters as well as the external characters or the morphological characters. It is used to know interrelationship among living organisms, and it is based on the evolutionary as well as the genetic relationship as compared to morphological characters. The various classifications were given by different scientists or zoologists. First one was given by the Aristotle, who is also known as father of zoology or father of ancient animal classification. He classified animals into two categories: anema, the animals without red blood cells, and Naima, the animals with red blood cells. If we talk about anema, it is further classified into five classes: cephalopoda, crustacea, insects and spiders, Mollusca and Echinodermata, sponges and coelentata. Whereas Neima is further classified into two groups, that is Vivipara and Ovipara. Vivipara are the animals which give birth to young ones, example man, whale and other mammals. Whereas Ovipara includes the animals which lay eggs such as amphibians, reptiles, fishes and aves. The most accepted classification is that of five kingdom classification given by Robert H. Whittaker. The organisms are classified into two categories, prokaryotic and eukaryotic. In prokaryotic, Monera is included, whereas in eukaryotic, on the basis of cell, if it is unicellular, then it is classified further into Protista, whereas if multicellular, then if they are having the cell wall, they are further classified into two on the basis of mode of nutrition, phototrophic, then they are included in the plantae. If the mode of nutrition is heterotrophic, then they are included in the fungi. If they are without the cell wall, they are classified into Animalia. The sequence of classification. In the sequence of classification, a strict hierarchy pattern is followed in which the different taxons are arranged in a hierarchy level. First the species, then the genus and family, order, class, phylum, kingdom. The term species, genus and family was given by John Ray. The term order and class was given by Linnaeus. The term phylum and kingdom was given by George Cuvier. If we discuss about species, species is the smallest unit of classification, and the modern concept of species was given by Meyer in 1942, according to which he defined species as a population of interbreeding individuals. Genus includes various types of species. Family is made up of various genera. Many families join together to form an order. Many orders join together to form a class, and many classes form a phylum. All the phyla unite to form the largest unit, that is the kingdom. Various grouping levels or ranks in classification are known as obligate categories. Significance of classification. Convenience of study. As we know, there are millions of types of organisms and it is difficult to study each of them. The study of selected animals of a particular group gives an idea about the remaining animals of that group. For example, study of rabbit gives the knowledge about all animals of class Mammalia. Second, knowledge of sequence of evolution. Classification gives the sequence of evolution of animals like evolution of sponges from a single-celled protozoa and that of arthropoda from Annelida could only be known through classification. Thirdly, it also gives the knowledge of connecting links. Now the question arises, what are connecting links? Connecting links are the transitory stage between two groups of animals and they gives the sequence of evolution of animals. With the help of classification, definite position of connecting links can be made clear. Last Knowledge of phylogeny. Animals of one group are evolved from a common ancestor is known through classification because this is based on phylogeny. We know that all animals of class Mammalia have evolved from one common ancestor. Thank you for your attention, and in the next upcoming video we will be discussing about the various bases of classification. Thanks a lot.